very wonderful morning to you. This is Financial Markets. I am your host, Anthony Sebale, and we are on Smart 24, where we drive your business. Welcome back from SMB with Joram Paul Sonko there and team. Of course, now we are here to fly you into the financial markets world and what's happening and what's currently trending on the financial market scene here in Uganda, in East Africa and the continent, as well as the globe as well. Later on the show today, we're going to be having a financial analyst from Quested Capital, which is also a body that is responsible for stock trading as well as other securities. And we'll be expounding on the resilience of capital markets, the resilience of especially stock markets and investment in stock markets amidst tough economic times that include inflation and our beleaguered economy. So don't go anywhere. Later on the show, we will be having that special segment where we'll talk about the resilience of the stock market on the Ugandan scene and as well as in East Africa. And as well, we will be also looking at our top stories later on. But before we do that, let's have a look at the stock market and find out what's happening on the stock market. Therefore, if we check our, the stock this morning, it's very exciting, by the way, that, of course, Bank of Uganda finally released the ban on issuance of dividends by listed banks. And this has come at a very, 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 exciting moment when many shareholders have been waiting for highly anticipating their dividends that were actually supposed to be paid out in the year 2020 and 2021. Since July 2020, all banks that have been listed, including KCB, including Stanbic, and so on, have not been issuing dividends. And of course, this is very exciting for us here. And if you're a shareholder in one of these banks, please make sure you follow up so that you can know when your dividend will be paid and how much dividend will actually be paid. Having a look at the stocks this morning, of course, Bank of Baroda is trading at currently 85 cents. That is 85 Uganda shillings, which hasn't changed from last week and, of course, yesterday. And, of course, British American Tobacco, Uganda, which we analyzed yesterday with the financial results of the year 2021, is currently trading at 15,000 shillings only. And of course, the high and low prices have been maintained at 15,000 shillings. And Centum Investment Company Limited, a cross-listed company from Kenya, is trading at 315. Of course, that's a slight drop in share price compared to about 2 days ago, where it was trading at 325. So a net loss of about 10 shillings right there for Centum Investment Company in terms of share price. Remember, cross-listed companies, especially from Kenya, are facing very difficult times. And on the show, I think we have seen the trends in the stock prices for these companies come down slightly almost each and every day. And this can be explained by the weakening of the Kenyan shilling against the dollar, and of course other external factors and internal factors as well, which include the election that is scaring away some investors that are pulling out of these companies. But as well, we shall keep watching and see what happens for these companies. But for now, we can see Centum Investment Company is trading currently at 315.17 Uganda shillings. Cipla Quality Chemicals, the only pharma listed on the exchange, is currently trading at 70 shillings. And of course, the opening price was 70 shillings and the high and low prices were 70 shillings. Cipla traded at the beginning of this month at about 80 shillings. And of course, in the middle of the quarter, that is around May, it traded at about 70.8. Now it's down to 70.0. But also it released its reports and returned to profitability in the financial year 2021. And it has been the first year it has announced a profit since it was listed on the exchange. So Cipla Quality Chemicals is a good company there for your investors, especially first timers right there. So it's currently trading at 70. You only need 70 cents to start investing in Cipla Quality Chemicals. Moving on to Development Finance Company, DFCU Bank, it's currently trading at 555. Of course, this has been the price for the couple of days that we have been through, and of course the last couple of weeks as well. East African Breweries is currently trading at 4,485, a slight drop from yesterday and from the past 2 days. Remember, averagely it was trading at 4,600, and right now this morning as we came on air, that is as per the stock market at 10 a.m., it's currently trading at 4,485.28. Then Equity Bank Limited is trading at 1,460.32, a slight drop as well from yesterday, but not so scary there for Equity Bank Limited. And KCB Bank, that is Kenya Commercial Bank, is currently trading at 1,237 compared 1,242, a slight increase compared to yesterday's 1,237 there. Meaning we also have, of course, MTN, Kenya Airways, which is also cross-listed from Kenya, down to 122.92, up from 124 at the beginning of the week. You can still see a slight drop in Kenya Airways stock price. Then the highest and lowest prices for Kenya Airways have still been maintained at 122.92. And yes, that's Kenya Airways for you right there. As well, when we move down to MTN Uganda, is currently trading at 190 shillings. That is only 190 Uganda shillings for you to access 1 unit of ownership in MTN. The high and low prices have been maintained at 190 Uganda shillings as well. Moving down to National Insurance Corporation, we looked at the books and of course annual results of financial year ended 2021 for National Insurance Corporation, and according to analysts, it's a good company with a net profit, gross profit rising over the last couple of years, and of course it's currently trading at 6.2, the lowest share price on the stock, but as well not the worst. So we have, of course, the high and low prices maintained at 6.2, and of course the opening price this morning has been 6.2. Moving on to Nation Media Group. Nation Media Group is, of course, currently trading at 640.30. That is up from 635 earlier this week. So we are seeing a steady increase in share price right there for equity. It's actually for Nation Media Group. And down to New Vision Printing and Publishing Company Limited is currently trading at 155 Uganda shillings for you to access a whole unit of ownership in New Vision Publishing Company. New Vision has not had any change in the share prices since the beginning of the year, and we have seen this steady price of 155 being maintained throughout the entire quarter, and now we are in the second quarter of the year and it's still trading at 155. Moving on to Stanbic Bank Uganda, we are seeing a lot of activity in Stanbic Bank. Of course, currently it's trading at 22 Uganda shillings, and of course the highest price over the last couple of hours has been 23, and the lowest price has been 22, with over a transaction of 21,200 shares, each traded at 23 over the last 24 hours. So we are seeing a lot of activity here at Stanbic Bank Uganda on the stock market, probably because of Bank of Uganda's declaration or lift on the ban or suspension of the companies listed banks issuing dividends. So we are seeing a steady increase in share price, and we can watch actually the stock and see what happens there for Stanbic. Stanbic held its annual general meeting last week, that is on the 2nd of June, and they of course told their shareholders, since the Bank of Uganda had actually lifted in their post-annual general meeting, they said actually they will be issuing the dividends of the year 2020 as well as the dividends of the year 2021, and of course each amounts to 50 billion, and of course gives a total of 100 billion Uganda shillings worth of dividends that will be issued out to shareholders from Stanbic Bank Uganda. Moving on to Uganda Clays. Uganda Clays has also seen an increase in share price for the first time in the week, since the week began with it trading at around, of course, 18 cents. But now this morning it's currently trading at 20 cents. That is 20 Uganda shillings. And the high and low prices, of course, are maintained at 20. And the opening price this morning has been 20 Uganda shillings. Down to Umeme Limited. Umeme is currently trading at 240 Uganda shillings. And of course, the high and low prices have been maintained at 240. And over the last 24 hours, over 49,000 shares have been traded on Umeme. Each share traded at 240. Now, this is very exciting. Umeme is one of the, I think, the company with the highest turnover declared, of course, for the first quarter, followed by Stanbic Bank. But Umeme as well offered a very attractive dividend of over 54.9 Uganda shillings per share to each shareholders, which is something I think that actually got the company a lot more popular on the stock market. And we have seen it grow as well on the market since it was listed back then. So I think Ugandans, let's wake up, let's get started. Let's get started as we invest in the stock market. Remember, Altex East Africa, of course, has made this easier with Zabu. So you can now access, all these markets by simply dialing *292# using your MTN Momo Pay. You can start paying, buying your shares on the stock exchange here in Uganda, of course, as well as across East Africa in Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, Rwanda, and other stock exchanges. So you can get started. Just pick your phone. You don't need any data. All you need to do is dial *292# and get started with trading on the stock market. My name is Anthony. Remember, you can follow the conversation on Twitter. The hashtag is Financial Markets. As well, you can follow us on Instagram at smart24_TV. You can also follow me on Anthony Sebs, that is at Twitter, and we can keep this conversation going. We are going into a short break, but when we return with your top stories and what is trending as well later on the show. You don't want to miss out Mr. Calvin David Bateme, who is from Crested Capital, a financial analyst who will help us further understand how we can remember to be resilient on the stock market despite the tough economic times. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.